Pepe. I'm a success coach. But I wanted to talk today a little bit about the aspect of what it is that I do for a living. You know, I've been a success coach now for 29 years almost. January will be 29 years that I've been a success coach. And a lot of people ask me over the years, what makes you different than other coaches? You know, it's interesting because when I started coaching back in my first client came to me in 1992, basically, I was putting this work together back in the middle 1980s, but in 1992, my first client came to me. And so at that time, there was not even a profession called coaching. Not only did was there not the thing going on coaching, but it wasn't even a profession at that point in time. Success coaching or life coaching or personal effectiveness training or whatever you wanted to call it. But now, when I started, I just basically put this all together, and I've been doing it for again almost 29 years. But now it's interesting too because now there's probably a coach on every corner. So it's certainly changed a bit in regards to the number of people that are doing this. And so the question, like I said, came up a number of times. What makes you different than this coach or that coach? And why should I hire you for coaching when I could hire this person or that person? And so that's been processed, you know, the question being asked a whole bunch of times. So I figured that maybe what I should do is just share and show and tell. Really, I'm a show and tell kind of guy, but show and tell what my program looks like and what makes it different than others and what has it been so successful over the last 29 years that have let people be so successful as they have done the coaching. And some of my clients have been with me 27 years, 20 years, 25 years. These are people who have gotten to one level, then they want to go to the next, the next, the next, the next. So I'm going to go through, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little bit of a talk about what it is that my work is about, and I'm going to also share with you in regards to that what it looks like, what the process is all about, etc. So I'm going to basically share a screen that I have put together to make it much easier for you to understand what I'm talking about. I like to tell what I'm doing, but I also like to show it. So first of all, there's my high school yearbook picture. Clement Pepe. Again, this program, like I said, my first client came to me in 1992. Basically, this coaching program is predicated on 3 steps. And those 3 steps are all entwined in the program. But I'm going to give them to you 1, 2, 3. So I'll be talking to you about 1, 2, 3. But as I said, these are all intertwined in the program. So the first step that we do is I help people get underneath what may be stopping them or slowing them down from getting what they want out there in life. You ever notice that there may be some more within you that you know you can tap into, but you don't know how? And one of the reasons that we are in that kind of a dilemma is because of this chart right here. So this, let's say, is you in the middle, you human being, by the way, this is all of us. And let's say that we have some goals. And again, for our purposes, a goal is something that you want to be, you want to do, you want to have, that's a stretch, yet it's attainable. So let's say you have some goals, financial goals, you have some health and fitness goals, some personal goals, some material goals, some relationship goals, some spiritual goals. So whatever your goals may be, let's say you have goals. And if you don't, by the way, you need to, because it's very important. We are goal-oriented beings. But let's say you have those goals and you're here. Now, a lot of times what happens is we have something that pulls us in the opposite direction from where it is that we want to go. And what that something is what I call precepts. Now, a precept is basically something that you've made up. Could have been a long time ago, could have been a little while ago, but you've made it up. But to you, it's no longer made up. It's the truth. And then what we do, human beings, little devils that we are, we go out, start collecting evidence to support that truth that we in fact had made up in the first place. All right? Make sense? Maybe it doesn't make sense, but we do it anyhow. And I'll give you an example of a goal or a precept. Maybe not one of yours, but one you may have heard of. You ever hear of somebody said, I'm shy, or know someone who was shy? Now, if you were to cut that person open, you wouldn't find a shy valve anywhere in their body. Oh my God, they were born with that valve. That's something they made up, most likely a long time ago. But to them, it's the truth. In fact, they try to fight with you if you told them they made it up. But now they're going out collecting evidence. They may go to a party, not meet anybody. Ah, see, because I'm shy. May not have the number of friends they want, or income they want, or career well. Ah, see, because I'm shy. So they're out there collecting all this evidence to be right about that which they've made up that's now true for them. Now, we human beings, we got a lot of these precepts, and most of them we're not even aware of. But if you're here in the middle and you want to go here, and you're being pulled directly opposite here, you're going to stay right around in the middle. It's almost like if someone was pulling this arm this way, and I'm in a chair now, and someone's pulling this arm this way, and someone's pulling this arm this way. May I get pulled there this way, then I get pulled this way, but I'm going to stay right around in this middle, and I'm going to create quite a bit of struggle. It's like I know what I want, I even know how to do it, yet I'm not doing it. In fact, you know that Nike commercial, Just Do It? You know how bogus that is? Just do it. Because it was all about just doing it. Wouldn't we all be gazillionaires? Or wouldn't we all have that rippled stomach that I think three people have when they advertise the rippled stomach? Same three people over, I'm sure. But there's something that gets in the way of our just doing it. And that's what I call these precepts. And so one of the things that I do with my clients is help them to uncover and discover what some of these precepts are, and then start to shift them. So they're no longer pulling them away from what they want. Now they're propelling them towards what they want. So they start working on their goals and start creating things that everything is lining up together to move them toward those goals a lot more efficiently, a lot more effectively, as opposed to having something pulling them away from their goals. Now we've got something guiding them toward their goals because we've shifted those precepts. Now, the second part of the work, and again, this is all intertwined, I'm just giving it to you 1, 2, 3, is I teach people how to get the best out of themselves. Interesting thing, you buy a brand new computer, brand new car, brand new toaster oven, if they still sell those things, you get a manual with it. And the manual basically tells you how to get the best out of that equipment. What to do, what not to do, how to get the most power out of it, etc. But when you and I were born, we didn't get that manual on how to be a human being. And we were taught by people who didn't have the manual, who were taught by people who didn't have the manual, who were taught by people who didn't have the manual. So we're out here sometimes trying to figure this thing out. And so the teaching part of this work is teaching how to get the best out of you. We don't have to go find it somewhere. It's already there within. We now need to learn how to tap into that power. So I teach you how to get the most out of yourself from a psychological standpoint, how to get the most out of yourself from a spiritual standpoint, not religion, but the spiritual power within, how the universe works in all of this, and how to tap into the laws of the universe so that you're going to create the things that you want with the help of the universal laws. And then the last part of it is you'll learn the commonality of human being. Interesting thing about human being, we're all the same, created by the same creator. Now we're unique, but there's a certain commonality about it. It's almost like airplanes. Airplanes are different colors, different sizes, different shapes, but there's a certain aerodynamic, helps them get off the ground. Another one helps them land. Same with us. We're different colors, different sizes, different shapes. There's a certain commonality about human beings. So when you're learning about you, you're also going to learn about others out there. You think maybe you're not the only one that may have some precepts out there, etc. And so when you're able to learn how to get past yours, you're also able to help others get past theirs, especially if you're in business or a salesperson or someone is out there working with the public, then you better bet there's a bunch of precepts that they may have running around with them. So as you're learning about how to get past yours, you're also able to help them get past theirs so they can get their goals met also. So that's the teaching part. And then the third part is the coaching part. Now, the coaching part is me being able to stand outside of someone and see some things that perhaps they're not seeing. A lot of times we're kind of like blind to our own actions. We're so in the middle of it, we just don't see it. But as a coach, I'm able to stand outside. Let's say this was somebody here. I'm able to stand outside of someone and see some things that perhaps they're not seeing. And then coach their actions so they're lining up with what it is they say they want. When they're out of alignment, coach them back in. When they're out, coach them back in. So they're creating habits that are moving them towards their goals rather than creating habits that are moving them away from or slowing them down from reaching their goals. Interesting thing about a human being, whatever we practice, we get good at. So if we're practicing effective habits, we're going to get good at that. But by the same token, if we're practicing ineffective habits, we're going to get good at that. We're so good, we can do seminars, teach other people how to be ineffective. We're so good at it. So the coaching is basically to make sure your habits are lining up with what it is you say you want out there. And when they're out of alignment, coach it back in. When they're out, coach it back in. So you're practicing effective habits that are taking you to where it is that you want to go, rather than slowing you down or stopping you or taking you away from where you want to go. So that's the 3 steps: helping people get underneath what may stop them, teach them how to get the best out of themselves, and then coach them in those areas. And basically, these are some of the testimonials that I've gotten over the years. Now, I couldn't put 29 years of testimonials up here on the board, but these are things that people said. Now, I work a lot with salespeople, small business owners, students who are working to get their grades, their attitudes, their efficiency much better. And these are some of the things that people have said. And by the way, people get what out of this work, the areas of their life that are important to them to get out of this work. So someone may come in to make more money, we'll say initially. Well, yeah, they're going to make more money, but it's also going to enhance their spiritual walk. It's also going to be enhancing their relationship, because what we're working on is the individual, and then they're taking that into those areas of life that are important to them. And so the old adage, wherever you go, there you are. That's what this work is about. So it's not only about being successful in business, because if you're successful in a business and you have a lousy relationship, that's not success. Or you have the best relationship in the world and your business is the pits. That's not success. So success is really balance, having all those plates spinning. And that's really the work that is done here at Power Technology. And one of the things that I do for people to understand this a little bit more and to get me to see a person where they're up to is I offer free consultation and self-analysis. Now, the self-analysis is an opportunity to ask a number of questions, and then you grade yourself on a scale of 1 to 10 in those questions. And that really helps you to see what it is that you're looking to get, or what's working and what's not working. So it's a great way to understand where you are, where you want to go, what may be in the way, et cetera, et cetera. So that's both basically how it works. You come in for a free consultation or self-analysis. When I say come in, you come in through the Zoom feature here, basically. And a good lead for people that work for me, as I said, is a salesperson who's doing well, would like to do better. You see, I spent 21 years in insurance sales and sales management, and I spent 29 years in selling and teaching sales and so on and so forth. So I spent pretty much 50 years in my career in sales, one way or another. So I have an affinity to salespeople. I like to work with them because they're sometimes out there on their own and they don't know some of the things they don't even know. And so the work is basically a way for them to get to know what they don't know. And that helps them enhance their business, their relationships, their health, their income, much more greatly. Or a small business owner. A small business owner is usually the one out there that has to market, they're willing to sell or whatever. And someone who may be at a plateau and wants to get to the next one and has wanted to for a while. But now they're going to learn some tools and techniques and practices and principles on how to get there. Or, like I said before, a parent or a grandparent who has a child in high school or in college that they know there's more within that kid that they're now presently showing, etc. And so that's another great person that have me work with. And like I said, I've worked with people over the years for whatever reasons they want to. And someone asked me the other day, is that, are you always get results from the people that you work with? I said, well, people do this work the way it's been set up to work. It's going to work for them. That's the key to this work. When they're taking on their lives and getting underneath what may stop them, when they're learning how to get the best out of themselves, and then they're taking action on their goals toward what they're on, and the accountability that happens with the coaching, people have gotten tremendous results. So that's basically the program. I'm going to stop this share right now so we can get back to you. So that's the program in a nutshell. That's what I do. That's what makes it different. And if you are interested in finding out more about it, or you know someone who might be interested in finding out more about this work, then by all means let me know about them, and they would know about me, and we can get together and find out another way that they may be able to assist themselves in getting what they want in life. And again, everything is done over Zoom recording, so we could do this anywhere in the country. I've got clients all over the country, so anywhere that might be is fine, and so on. So if you or someone you know, have them get in touch with me at my website is www.powertechnology.org, or the email address clement@clementpepe.com. is a couple of different ways that they can get in touch with me. Now let me talk about this video that we just did here. So what I want you to do is, if for some reason you like what you saw here, then hit the like button on the Facebook feed there. Or if you have some comments or would like some more information about what we just talked about, please let me know that. And thirdly, if you feel it in you, share it with your feed so that we can get this work out there into the world. My goal is to have people really get to experience this work out there, because it's unlike any other out there. So I want more people to experience it. And because of that, I started the Power Technology Coaching Academy. Now I'm training other people to be coaches, and using the technology that I put together over the last 29 plus years. And then I'm also coaching them on creating their business to get to where they want to go. People are making extraordinary results with the training that they're getting, and they're going out and enrolling clients into their practice and really helping people make a different lifestyle for themselves. And the people who are doing the work, because this is a great occupation. I've had a fun time over the last 29 years doing what I do. And it's also an opportunity to make a big difference with people out there in the world. So if you or someone you know would be interested in this as a profession, then let me know. Or you could go to ptcoachingacademy.com. That's PT stands for Power Technology, but we couldn't put that whole thing on the billboard. So it's ptcoachingacademy.com. It'll explain a little bit more about what it looks like and how the process is working. And again, I set these all up so everything is done one-to-one. This is not a group setting. This is not a seminar. This is one-to-one. And that's where I find that people get the most results, because it's personal to each individual. And so you get personal attention. And I do all the training. So if, like I said, you're interested in either finding out more about the coaching for yourself or finding out how to be a coach out there in the world, then get in touch with me. Okay. And then lastly, again, we're in this situation where the pandemic situation, I can't leave this without saying this, is that, they're loosening some things that they're allowing us to do. I'm not sure why they're doing that. That doesn't even really matter if I know why or not. All I do know one thing though, nothing has really changed as far as this disease and the abilities to catch it or not catch it. So we still need to keep very, very cognizant of those areas that says wear a mask when you're going to be within people. Be 6 feet apart when you possibly can. Wash your hands as often as you can. clean up after yourself with disinfectant and so on. And so this doesn't change. You say maybe the aspect of all that's going on is changing, but this doesn't change. And we do this, and these are the experts telling us this. We do these things they're telling us to do. We can have this be a permanent change. If we don't, and we go back to being lax in some of those things, this is not going to be a permanent change. They're going to start backing off on a lot of the freedoms, if you will, that they're putting in place right now. So stay cognizant of what works in regards to that. Whether your opinion is it does or it doesn't, the experts say it do. Let's just go with the experts. Okay. And so in the meantime, I look forward to always being with you and talking and sharing what I do. But in the meantime, the next time that we see each other, until then, live the life you love and love the life you live.